The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners.
Well, the fall run is over, but that's just because winter has officially arrived. It's December 22nd, 2022, and temps for this Christmas weekend at the Jersey Shore are expected to dip into the teens. That's the forecast for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you plan on hitting the black sea bass grounds, the tog wrecks, or perhaps running up to the beach for a few casts this weekend, make sure you break out the long johns and plenty of hand warmers as well. This is your holiday weekend New Jersey, Delaware Bay video fishing forecast. Well, you know who I am. Why bother? Last week's forecast was on the beach. But with that system barreling across the country this week, winds gusting into Saturday and the frigid temperatures, don't mind if I don't get away from my desk today. I spoke to fisherman reader Bob Haynes about last week's video forecast. That was December 15th. He told me those birds that I was looking at along the central Jersey coast were loaded with stripers down below. Bob said they crushed them on swim shads, also threw some deadly dicks as well. They all worked. He was out again on Sunday, lit them up, trolled a few fish off of Ocean County, central Ocean County, heading back to Barnegat Inlet. He got a bunch of small ones in the mix as well. Not so much on Tuesday, he said, when he was out again. Picked up fish in 50 feet of water, but nothing for the table, despite the bird play. I mentioned the table because I asked Bob about those fish last week, if he had taken any home, and if so, what was in the belly. He said he did, but there was nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, nothing in the bellies. I was hoping for an autopsy report that might indicate that some of those sand eels that we've been talking about were in there, but Bob said no, they just must have been real hungry. He did say some of those head boats that we talked about in last week's video fishing forecast, they did get in on the stripers as well. I got another tip the other day from a reader named Chris, who said there were still some peanut bunker in southern Monmouth County and a few nice slot stripers chasing them. He said, quote, it's work, but persistence pays off. Chris advised working a 4-inch swim shad nice and slow. He also said that cormorants were bobbing and dipping in the wash, so he's thinking there were a few sand eels there. Meanwhile, Thomas Lawrence said he had a few stripers over the weekend, central Jersey, throwing the Ava 27 with green tail and white teasers. Thomas also said he saw seagulls working over a few busting stripers over the weekend for a few minutes, and he bumped into another surfcaster who caught a few on the 6-inch tsunami sand eel. We haven't had the sand eel blitz in Ocean and Monmouth County so far this year, but it does seem like there are a few pockets where the sand eels are in there, so the tins and teasers will get you into some fish, I hope. Farther south into Atlantic and Cape May County, down Delaware Bay, I'm sure the stripers are there for the taking, though a lot of folks have already hauled out for the 2022 season. I'm still hearing of a few stripers, though, off the beach, and that's what we got in our regular reports this week. We did the fishing reports this week for our January edition, so you can pick that up in the January copy or go to thefisherman.com. But again, Anthony Califano, he talked to the folks at Hands Bait and Tackle in Cape May. They reported that boaters, when able to get out, have found a scattering of striped bass, mixed sizes from 30 to upwards of 45 inches inside the line. The local lumps and inlets have seen some bird play with fish feeding on bunker. Anglers are also scoring on swim shads, poppers, and jigging spoons when they can get out. And when that bird play is absent, Hands too said trolling in the same areas using mojos and stretch lures or those Rapala plugs will work. They at Hands, though, said the Cape May County beaches are barren, missing surfcasters. So I will remind you about this time of year heading into the New Year's holiday of 2021. If you think about it, last year, bass were blitzing on the beaches at Island Beach New Year's Eve day into the new year. Check out my editor's log, or Jim Hutchinson's editor's log. In the January edition of the Fisherman Magazine, it's out this week. It's on newsstands. It's in your local tackle shops. But I talk about that New Year's blitz of 2021. Could be, hopefully, 2021 into 2022 we'll kick off the new year with a few fish again. The January edition of the Fisherman Magazine, the annual boat and motor buyer's guide for the new year. Get a sneak peek at what you're going to see at all those boat shows coming up in the winter, what's being launched by some of the major manufacturers, also some of those hot new outboards. Plus, in the January edition, the return of Dave Anderson's annual how-to plug building feature. Surfcasters love that, even if you don't turn those woods. It's just great historic reading. So you can find that out. Maybe throw in a couple of plugs into the new year. Who knows? Ocean and Monmouth, more likely than down in Cape May County, but who knows? You'll also get January rec options. My good friend, Nick Honicheski, naughty or nice for the new year? We're going to say nice. But Nick's got an article about some great rec options for January, and he had this to share for the holidays.
Hey fisherman readers, it's your favorite beach talk columnist, Nick Honicheski, wishing you all a very Merry Fishmas. I'm out here right now in this 35-40 knot gale northeast winds. Of course I'm on the beach, I'm getting ready to go fishing. Happy holidays to you and your families.
Blackfish, tautog, white chins, whatever you call it, it's one of our local species that I personally find the most challenging, which is why fishing the headboats from December all the way through February, it offers a great option for getting out there. First of all, you're fishing with a bunch of new buddies. You could take the old buddies you already have, or you can go out and meet new friends. But I find talking to the folks along the rail about how they rig their white legs, right? Or are they using a Belmar rig? You using jigs? And then you watch how they react to the bite, the slack line. How are they responding to that scratchy bite? Headboats are a great chance to get out. If you're great at tautog fishing or brand new, just need to hone your skills a little bit, it is a great opportunity to learn from other people at the rail. Philly girl fishing. Kristen McKee, she climbed aboard the Osprey out of Atlantic City on Sunday, fishing with Rich from Fat Dad Fishing for some tautog. As Philly girl noted, quote, "Days like this, I just appreciate the opportunity to get out on the water with friends, old and new, and share some crazy fishing times, or crazy fishing stories. Good times." Absolutely. That's what we talked about. Many boats will be trying to squeeze in the final days of black sea bass for 2022. It will close on December 31st, won't reopen again until sometime in the spring. Quite a few options out of the Manasquan Inlet area in the waning days. A lot of these boats then, once January 1st comes, they'll be switching it up to mostly togging, maybe some ling or cod. But boats like the Jamaica 2, they'll turn attention to some daily tautog trips, or perhaps, like I said, ling, cod. I know that Captain Willie aboard the Dauntless, he goes and looks towards that in January once black sea bass is closed. You can go to the January edition of the Fisherman Magazine. Again, go to our report section. And in there, you're going to find all the boats, what their sailing schedules are, and how you can get in touch with them. I heard from Bobby at Fisherman's Den this week, who said the blackfish bite is much improved aboard boats like the Ocean Explorer, Big Mohawk, and Captain Cal. Weather permitting, of course. The Miss Belmar and Golden Eagle are running offshore sea bass trips in the next week or so. You've also got the Skylarker there as well. Of course, Captain Ralph's Last Lady over in Neptune. Charter boats, too. Don't forget that. Captain Joe aboard Near Fall Fishing Charters out of Belmar had a great trip last week with customer Rocco Bufalino, who caught a 15.2-pound blackfish on a rig with a whole white crab. Joe said Rocco not only caught this impressive tautog, but he also released it. Wow. That is amazing. You're hearing this more in the last few years. Guys releasing those big trophy tautog. That jumbo, though, a 15-pounder, is still swimming around. Way to go, Rocco. We're also heading into a great time of year to sneak off and do a little bit of trout fishing. I got into a few last year, right after all my work was done around, December 25th. But that's what I was catching towards the end of the year, was my first fish of the year as well. The fall and winter trout stocking in New Jersey leaves behind some really nice rainbows in many waters throughout the Garden State. And even if you're at the Jersey Shore, you don't have to go far to find some of this stocked waters. Going out to Northwest Jersey before things get really cold and icy, it's fantastic, beautiful part of the state. But don't forget about those winter rainbows, and especially the put and take rainbows that the Division of Fish and Wildlife has put in so many water bodies throughout the Garden State. For more on the freshwater scene from Jersey out to the Poconos, here's my man George, the Pocono Outdoors guy.
Well, hey, thanks, Jim. You know, we're out there this morning looking at some of the open water, and I was hoping we'd start to develop a little bit more ice. Just not enough around, especially on these bigger lakes and ponds. Now, we are seeing some smaller, skinnier water starting to freeze a little bit, but days like today, it's going to be 50 degrees today, so that's going to make short work of this ice. And it might be a few more days before we get back in this cooler weather and start getting that ice to develop again. But just be safe if you plan on getting out and fishing some of that hard water. In the meantime, you can get out in some trout, some walleye, all these other cold water fish that they're still available if you can get a boat out on that water. So please take advantage of that. Otherwise, I want to take a moment from my family to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this year, and hope you all have a very happy, healthy, and safe holiday and a fantastic 2023. We'll see you next year. From Pennsylvania, I'm George, your Pocono Outdoors guy.
From the Pocono Mountains to the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, let's check in with my friend Ben Gilmore of Jackpot Sport Fishing at a Marina Pesvela in Capos, Costa Rica.
Hey there, guys, and this is Ben Gilmore with Rhea and Oliver checking in for this week's fishing report from Christmas, Costa Rica. What do you say, guys?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hey, guys, the Christmas edition of our fishing report this week. Our marlin fishing is going crazy down here in Costa Rica. Yesterday, we released a blue marlin, 11 foot 1 inches. Absolute fish of a lifetime for our angler. The mahi-mahi fishing's been insane down here. We've got wonderful yellowfin tuna fishing as well. And the sailfish bite has gone very, very good the last few days. Along the beaches, we got snook, we got roosterfish. No turkey down here, guys. It's all about the fishing. We hope to see you down here this winter. Come and check us out. Ben Gilmore, Jackpot Sport Fishing. Ho, 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 ho.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Hey, if you're still in last minute mode for your holiday shopping and you've got some anglers on the list, be sure to check out thefisherman.com and visit our online store. You've got hats, beanies, tees, sweatshirts, and hoodies, even my favorite Columbia fleece vest. Free shipping on orders of $100 or more. I guess if you're ordering in the next couple of days, probably won't get it in time for Christmas. But last minute, you order it, you print it out, put it in a card, say, hey, buddy, this one's coming for you. Also, don't forget a gift subscription to the Fisherman Magazine. It makes a great gift for the holidays. It's only $29.95, 12 monthly print editions, 26 digital weekly editions. And if you get the gift subscription, that's just a little less that Santa has to carry down that chimney. The Beached Cars of Brigantine calendars, a memorial to all the yahoos who drive up on the Brigantine beaches every year because they see the permitted guys in 4x4s and think their Kia can get up there as well. Well, that's available now at Riptide Bait and Tackle. Andy at Riptide, he collects these incredible images all year long. Stop by Riptide Bait and Tackle in Brigantine for your 2023 Beached Cars of Brigantine calendar. If you ordered your Island Beach buggy pass, you can expect that to arrive any day now. If you didn't order one, hey, there's always 2024. Frank at the boys at Gabriel Tackle will be in a brand new location. Come 2023, they're moving everything down the road a spell to 567 Maniloking Road in the Lenape Plaza. Be sure to stop by, say hi to Frank, and check out the new digs at Gabriel Tackle. Congrats to Skylar Wilson, who was off the Jersey Shore about a week and a half ago, I believe with Rob Radloff out of the Highlands. Skylar said they ran south inside of about 15 miles, caught a 500-plus pound bluefin. Skylar said it was a Stella 14,000 paired with a Grappler 82H and the Hoagie 9-inch harness pro tail, he said, has been absolutely lethal on big bluefin this season. It's all that bait. We always have a December bluefin fishery. Just so few people get out there and try to find those ghosts. Also, a big thanks this holiday season to Andy Sponseller, who sent this photo of his first striper. It was caught on his 47th birthday aboard the Queen Mary. Check it out. Andy is from out of state. All right. He fished the Jersey Shore this fall because, quote, he said, "Your YouTube report made me come from Ohio." Awesome. He credited his wife for letting him stay another week after bear hunting season. And despite the fact that his transmission in the truck went as he was on his way over to Grumpy's. But Andy also credited another surfcaster, Matthew Bednarz, who on the beach was offering some tips on how to fish the Jersey Shore. This weekly video forecast, 52 weeks a year. It couldn't get done without our good friend, Tim Smith, who puts it all together every single week, 52 weeks a year. God bless you, Tim.
You may not know me. I am the producer of the weekly video fishing forecast, and I'm the guy that makes Jim Hutchinson look very good every week. I want to thank everybody from New Jersey and Delaware who watched the broadcast on YouTube and for our continuing growth on the channel. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and keep sending those videos and pictures to Jim so we can make this broadcast the most informative video on YouTube when it comes to fishing.
Couple more reminders as we close in on the new year. Don't forget your license and registration to fish. To register in the Salt here in New Jersey, you'll need to visit saltwaterregistry.nj.gov. It's free, but you do need to be registered, and you need to do it online if you want to fish legally in the saltwater in New Jersey. In Delaware, of course, as well as New York. Actually, just in Delaware, you'll need your license. Same thing in freshwater in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. You'll need a freshwater license if you fish in New York. And then there's the saltwater registry. It's also free in the state of New York. Also, you've probably heard this one before around this time of year, but make sure you schedule those doctor's visits, the dentist visits. You know, if you've already paid out your deductible, and that's free money. You want to schedule those appointments right now. That's the advice that I'm getting from my friend John DeBona, my partner in crime here at the New Jersey edition of the Fisherman Magazine. I asked for a holiday message and I got this.
Hey everybody, I got John DeBona here. He can't talk right now, but I know he'd want to wish everybody a very happy, safe, healthy New Year. And remember, a dentist's favorite kind of fishing is spear fishing.
Funny, but a little frightening as well. You'll see Bones and I at all of the boat shows in 2023. I hope to see you there as well. It all starts at the Wildwood Fishing and Boating Expo, January 7th and 8th. And then it's the Garden State Outdoor Sports Show the following week from the 12th to the 15th. We've got fish bites and BKK hooks this season as your gift when you get a new or renewing subscription to the Fisherman Magazine at one of the shows. So be sure to check it out. Several different BKK hooks to choose from. We're really excited about that as well. You will find the full calendar of events for January and part of February in the January edition of the Fisherman Magazine. It is the most comprehensive calendar of events you'll find anywhere. Be sure to pick one up at newsstands or your local tackle shops this week. I'll leave you this week with my 12 days of Christmas, Fishmas, if you will, that I did at Barnegat Lighthouse just a few years back. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Enjoy the final days of Hanukkah this week. We'll see you again next week for our final forecast for the 2022 season right here at thefisherman.com. Ho, ho, ho! And on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 Cummins diesels humming, 11 poppers popping, 10 stick baits sticking, 9 plugs a plugging, 8 jerk baits jerking, 7 spot a swimming, 6 tippet a laying, 5 chartreuse gulp, 4 diving gannets, 3 live eels, 2 chunks of bunker, and a subscription to the Fisherman Magazine. Hey everybody, from all of us at the Fisherman Magazine, have a very Merry Christmas.